With a complete rebuild of the front suspension on the Mustang II, converting it from its stock stamped steel control arms to the tubular system, went ahead and addressed the steering rack as well. This is a manual steering rack that was being substituted for the power rack in the Mustang II. This one being substantially lighter because it's a manual rack. No, okay, so cut the crap, just get on with it. All right, so in looking at the condition of bushings on the rack, I decided to go ahead and replace them and upgrade them. We've had boots that have been around since '77. Even though this one is in good shape, it turns out that the boot on the other side, as you can see right here, was torn away, and that of course allows dust and dirt to get inside, and that's what we don't want. So we're going to replace not one but two of them. As long as we're doing that, we may as well replace the mounting bushings while we're at it. So once again, online comes to the rescue, or to the detriment, depending on whichever one the credit card says, and we purchase. I have no doubt that the tool truck probably has a tool made specifically for this task. So, driving it from the backside, we should be able to just drive this right out. It's working its way out, as you can see right there. Success. Just cut off one end and drive it from that side. There we go. Now we have to get that insert out. All right, so safety razor instead. So for everybody out there screaming at me right about now. And there's your insert. Voila. Just the main thing, I took one of my lifted bore hones and just run it around inside to give it a smooth finish. Nothing dramatic. This one we're going to try a little differently. We'll go ahead and insert the bushings, and what I noticed right off the bat, just like last time, it is a very tight fit. Which is good, particularly if we're talking about structures on the car that tend to flex. That's one of the reasons why we replace rubber bushings with polyurethane to prevent excess movement. In this case, this is probably overkill, considering that this is a steering rack, and we're talking about a straight line car. Whoa, that was easy. I must be doing something right. And again, just drive it home with silicone lubricant. amazing the amount of persuasion this takes. Success! That's what it feels like. Don't go anywhere. Watch it. That's what it feels like. Okay. Oh yeah, tin snips too. Where you can't get on the head of the bolt, just cut it. Ow! One clamp. Off it comes. There we go. Great time to do an inspection, and before you put the thing back together, run the rack and put some grease on it. Just to keep everything lubricated. Now notice on the end here I have a piece of painter's tape. Before you do any disassembly at all, you want to take your painter's tape and put it at the end where your stop nut is. This way, when you go to reassemble it, you simply install your stop nut right to that point of the tape. And you should have it just about exactly where it was when you started the process. That way, your alignment won't be off by much or at all. On your dust boot, just take a pair of scissors and you're going to cut it to the approximate length. Now, I decided to cut not to this ring, which is what would fit over there, but to the second ring, just to give it that little extra whatever is needed. Don't forget, you gotta hold your mouth just so while you're cutting. On the small end, I left that tip on there. Now that tip is going to go, there's an indentation. You'll see it and you'll feel it right here. This is where that tip is going to rest and where you're going to clamp it. Now, with that done, of course, I wiped off the surface right there. There is a lip just here to help keep from pulling this boot off as it transits left to right. Simply slide, you know what? Can't hurt. Lube it up. Oh, that was so easy. And it being silicone, easily stretches over. Check it for alignment, make it look good. And voila, there you have it. Now, kit comes with metal bands. I'm choosing the zip tie method to secure it. Again, we're only talking something that's going to transit left and right. So zip tie it. And I'm going to show you something I learned on the internet. You can learn all kinds of stuff on the internet. Stuff that I just did not know. Here, let me do this. Let's take this out a little bit. You see, already completed the other side. And we'll stretch it out a bit. The boot kit comes with both the crimp style metal clamp. Where is it? There we go. It comes with the metal clamp, plus it comes with zip ties. Now what I found is I had to get zip ties from my own stock because these were just a little too small to go over the diameter. So they're perfect for down here. And zip it in place, pull it down. Here's something I learned. Now ordinarily, you, me, and everybody else would simply cut that bad boy right there, right? How many times have you been sliced working on one after you've cut it? Take a pair of pliers, vice grips or something, grip it right there at the base, twist it off. No sharp edge. Amazing. I just picked this one up recently from somebody else. I wish I could give them credit for it. Oh, there it is. Voila. Wonderful. Thread your stop nut right down to the tape. Like so. Of course, you'll make another adjustment later. Now, this dried up crusty boot had to be snipped at the bottom and all the way to the top just to get it to pull off. Now these are the permanently lubed type joints. I'd much rather have joints with a Zerk fitting. As you can see, the grease is terribly dried up. So we're going to remove all of that as much as we can, and of course lube it and place some lube inside the dust boot where we put this back on. The rod end is actually in pretty good shape because there's no play in the ball and socket. So we're going to leave it in service. See how long it gets to service. Again, it's a drag car. We're talking not a whole lot of abuse, I hope. Definitely want to be able to do laps at the track whenever we go, but you get the picture. If we were carving quarters, that might be a whole different ball game. Yeah, try and squeeze that in. I'm pressing it in like I would if I were doing a roller berry, if I were greasing that. Because the most friction, the most heat this is going to see is heat from the engine, heat from the track, heat in the summertime. So we're not going to get much instance where this grease could possibly drop. But I'm just working some down in there. So you're probably fortunate because you probably have joints with the Zerk fittings. In that case, slap your dust boot right over it and put it on and lube it up. And with the jam nut stop nut in place, the boot lubed up with the grease, thread it right back onto the stop. And later on, when we put it on the car, I'll make the final adjustment to torque this in place. And there it is. One steering rack lubed up, new boots, new dust coverage for the ball joints, ready to be installed. That's all for today. I'm really trying to do something every day on this car to get this project going. So that was my piece for the day. See you next time.